This is Crossroads Media.
Pag nag-overthink ka, hindi na about learning, it's not about alignment of the mind, body, and spirit, pero parang you're putting in worries and anxieties ahead of you.
Kasi marami akong kilalang nai-stress sila sa family reunion.
In any action that you do, most likely, hindi mo lang kinoconsider sarili mo. Ang tanong lang, when will you stop? Kailan sobra na? Christmas or New Year, yung holidays, shouldn't be emotionally expensive.
This is about you. Be the master of your own life. So angkinin mo muli ang inyong oras.
Let your ambition be guided by faith.
That, my dear friends, is what makes a life worth living. So always pause, always ask, always wonder, what's next?
Hello! Mabuhay kayo mga kaibigan. Welcome back to another episode of What's Next with Jovit Moya. This is the series where we unpack life's ups and downs para maalaman ninyo na hoy, hindi kayo nag-iisa. Nandito kami kasabay nyo sa biyahe ng buhay. My dear friends, subscribe na kayo sa ating YouTube, sa ating Spotify, sa mga social media page like TikTok, yung FB, IG, andyan yan, all of that. Makikita nyo kami. But if you wanna see the complete episode talaga, panoorin nyo sa YouTube. Marami kayong matututunan dito. Bago tayo magsimula, gusto kong pasalamatan naman ang inyong suporta dahil dumadami ng ating viewers, dumadami na rin ang ating mga subscribers. So, dahil sa inyo, patuloy na lumalago ang ating channel and hopefully, mas maraming manood, makinig. So, tell your friends, tell your kamag-anaks, tell your kabarangays because dito naman, makabuluhan naman ang mga topic natin. Dito tayo makakatulong sa inyo kung kayo ay makaka-relate sa aming mga pinag-uusapan and hindi nyo man ma-relate today, hindi nyo masabi, baka makarelate kayo tomorrow, di ba? Gusto naming ipaalam sa inyo na patuloy kaming mag-i-improve because we love you in as much as you love us. So sana maging malinaw, mas focused at kapakipakinabang ang ating mga susunod na episodes sa tulong ninyo. So don't forget, you are free to write your comments sa ating YouTube, sa ating TikTok. And hopefully, makasagot kami. No? Hindi naman natin masasagot lahat yan. Pero binabasa po namin yan. So feel free to comment, ask questions. Diba? Ask. Hindi tayo magkakaroon ng kasagutan pag di tayo nagtanong. No? Alam nyo, mga kaibigan, napapanahon ang usapan natin ngayon. Dahil bukod sa mental health, abay, nandito tayo sa season ng selebrasyon, season ng family reunion, season ng Christmas parties. Nandito tayo celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Kaya mga kaibigan, mas magiging mulat tayo sa ating mga issues. Dahil marami sa atin may issues, hindi naman tayo lahat masaya ang Pasko. Sometimes may mga kababayan tayong natatakot sa Pasko dahil naku po, family reunion na naman. Naku, makikita ko na naman si Lolo. May mga ganyan. Kaya sa episode na to, magkakaroon tayo ng mas malalim at makabuluhang pag-uusap tungkol sa mental health. Diba? Mental care. Lalo na in relationship dito sa ating mga holiday season. So, para mas malalim nating maintindihan ang mga bagay-bagay tungkol sa ating pag-iisip, tungkol sa ating mga emosyon, welcome natin si Doc Rhea Villa, isang psychologist. Alam mo, talagang malapit ang puso ko sa psychology. At syempre, author din siya. Kaya pag-usapan din natin ang kanyang aklat, ang kanyang obra maestra. Yeah. Tama na. Brain. Ito po ay a Filipino's Guide to Stop Overthinking. Doc!
Hello.
Ayun.
Ayan. Salamat for having me here and looking forward to interact with your viewers.
Ayun, Doc. let's try to delve deeper sa libro mo. Alam mo, very unique ang Pilipino. So you decided that you wanted one na homegrown, sariling atin. Tama ba?
Tama. Mahirap kasi mag-connect with other resources at wala talaga pagdating sa kultura natin. So, as a nationalistic Filipino, I was thinking, paano kaya ma-replicate ang isang therapy session at mag-reach out sa mga Pilipino na nagsa-start na yung stress levels, yung overthinking, without actually going to therapy muna kung kaya. No? And naisipan ko yung Tama na Brain kasi it's actually an activity book na parang feeling mo, nag-therapy ka na rin sa akin when going through.
So interactive siya, interactive.
May mga instructions, may mga activities, and then may mga explanations.
Parang ano yan, cognitive behavioral therapy. It
Exact,
requires your
CBT.
participation.
Exactly. And ang maganda dito, Taglish siya. It's written in Taglish. Tapos maraming cultural aspects. Kasi pag tinignan mo, marami doon sa overthinking natin ang gagaling din sa environment. So, at kung nandito ka sa Pilipinas, lumaki ka sa pamilyang Pilipino, most likely, factor din siya kung bakit tayo napapa-overthink.
Ang ano natin, the book is like interactive, di ba? Kasi sabi mo nga, you wanna be able to replicate yourself kasi you cannot be everywhere.
So, ang tinatry natin is, alam mo, mahirap yung topic ng culture Kasi minsan it's difficult to say na toxic din siya. No? Ang kultura natin may duality. Yung konsepto ng hiya, it can be positive, it can be negative. So minsan, pag hindi natin na-realize, ibang negative application na yung kinukuha natin sa culture natin. And doon nag-uumpisa yung maraming mental health challenges. No? So kunyari, like we were talking kanina, yung utang na loob. No? Maganda yon kasi debt of gratitude yun Pero kung sa maling paraan mo gawin, like you're not calling out the person kung mali na, dahil sa utang na loob, then nagkakaproblema rin tayo on our daily lives sa mental health. So, what I'm trying to say, kung parang all-out Filipino ka, chances are, medyo toxic din yung ibang parts ng ating identity.
Lalo na ang Pilipino pagdating sa utang na loob. Pag ako yung
Correct.
tumulong sa'yo, kailangan araw-araw mo rin ako yung babalik sa akin
Oo,
yan. Yung one time na tulong ko, 100 times.
Exactly.
Pag hindi mo ko napagbigyan ng isa dyan, masamang tao ka na.
Exactly.
Ganun ang style ng Pilipino
At marami tayong hindi pinag-uusapan, kaya napapa-overthink ka. Hindi nakiklear, hindi tayo maayos mag-communicate.
Walang closure.
Passive-aggressive. Nakakahiya naman erase, mas mataas yung position niya. So, ang daming concepts and constructs that leads us to a highly stressful environment.
Ito ba ay unique sa atin? That's what I'm trying to figure out. From the other cultures that I know of, na na-immerse ako, parang mas unique sa Pilipino ang overthinking, no?
Ano kasi siya, in any action that you do, most likely, hindi mo lang kinoconsider sarili mo. Laging collectivist. Pag kinonsider mo yung nanay mo, yung tatay mo, yung kaibigan mo, dun ka na naliligaw kasi iba-iba na siya. No? And maraming gaps. Marami kang information na hindi alam. So, kapag yung brain mo, walang ganong information, nagke-create yan. And doon nagsa-start yung overthinking. So yun, dapat kasi, hindi siya laging masama Overthinking is initially an adaptive coping strategy to make sense of things, of the world, of people. Pero kung ang tanong lang, when will you stop? Kailan sobra na? So I think doon tayo kailangan maging reflective.
So, you call this a Filipino guide. So, what would you say are maybe the top 3 or the top 1 na katangian ng iyong libro na masasabi mong pang-Pilipino talaga ito?
Maraming embedded na cultural situations dun sa book or yung probing questions dun sa book would reflect yung current state mo as a Filipino, yung paano ka sa trabaho, paano ka sa relationships, and it would ideally initiate insight or introspection. And kailangan mo kasi makatch kung sobra na yung overthinking mo And that is what the book is trying to do. Parang hindi kasi natin natutunan sa school intindihin yung emotions, intindihin yung thoughts. Kamusta ba yung thoughts ko? Malayo ba sa emotions? And we have to learn it minsan, adult na tayo. So, hindi fundamental, hindi foundational yung consciousness on the thoughts, the feelings. Kaya we have erratic behavior. So, inaayos or ine-encourage mas maging conscious on our ways of thinking para mas stable ngayon yung behavioral patterns natin.
Am I right to analyze that when you say brain, huminto ka muna, you're actually telling the person, no, wait, pause.
Yes. Pause some of your thoughts
There you go.
kasi your thoughts are all, hindi siya automatic na fact. No, not all thoughts are factual. So, dapat salain mo, teka, ano ba yung realistic, ano yung hindi?
Yung iba kasi tamang tamang hinala. Tama ba
Magaling
yun?
tayo dyan eh.
Oo. That affects relationships. May jealousy factor pa yan, di ba?
Sometimes we're seeing just one angle and sometimes we act out of impulse. So, and kaya ka nag-overthink kasi kuha ka ng scenarios that may not even happen. So, ang tinatry natin gawin, sandali, ano lang ba yung pumasok sa thoughts ko na realistic? Ano yung sa tingin ko na magnify ko? So, we have to, in order to master ourselves, we need to study ourselves and we need to start with our thoughts.
Sa ating mga na nakikinig, I'm sure many of them wanna know, saan ang boundary? Siyempre, na ito yung healthy thinking, healthy introspect with teka, asa unhealthy overthinking na ako.
Pag nag-overthink ka, hindi na about learning, it's not about alignment of the mind, body, and spirit, pero parang you're putting in worries and anxieties ahead of you. So titingnan mo, ano muna yung effect nung thinking? Is it reflective or dahil it's it out of fear or worry, kaya ako nag-overthink. So yun yung difference. Another thing pa, pag marami kang hindi alam na information, yung brain will try to create or fill in the gaps hanggang nakagawa ka na ng narrative mo. And doon ka nag-overthink pag less yung alam mo.
Because the brain doesn't like gaps.
Exactly.
And that's why some people hallucinate.
Exactly. So, bago ka umabot sa overthinking, klaruhin mo na. Uy, ito ba yung ibig mong sabihin dito sa issue na to? Or, pwede ko ba i-clarify, boss, kung tama pagkaintindi ko? It starts with preventative habits or measures para hindi ka umabot sa overthinking. The more na hindi ka mo alam yung nangyayari, paghiga mo sa gabi, ayan na. Ay, galit kaya siya? Ay, baka naman mali na sabi ko. Ay, nag-uusap sila. Ako kaya yung pinag-uusapan.
So nakikick in yung insecurities ng tao.
Exactly.
Tama ba? Factor yung insecurities.
Mhm. At nagkakaroon na rin tayo ng cognitive distortions. Faulty reality, faulty thing. Pero most likely tayong mga Pinoy, dahil nga pinalaki tayong wag ka sasagot or wag kang mas mataas yan sa'yo. Yung habits natin sometimes prevents us to clarify. Kaya pag uwi mo sa bahay, nag-overthink ka. Kasi ang passive-aggressive, di ba?
Ano yung malamang na prognosis
Pupuntahan
natin
niya.
doon? Ano yung kahihinatnan niya in the end pag di niya binago ito?
Good question. So from stress or overthinking, it could lead to depression. It could lead to anxiety. Kasi, ang tao naman, kaya tayo nag-exist pa rin, may natural way talaga tayo of coping. Pero, hindi sa lahat ng bagay. No? So, kapag sumabay-sabay yan, it might lead to depression. Kasi, pag naniwala na yung brain mo, kahit hindi pa na-validate, no, na oops, ako na lang mag-isa or wala akong support group. So you would already exhibit symptoms of depression, for example. O pag na-magnify mo yung fear, it could lead to general anxiety disorder.
We like to fit in kasi the narrative dun sa level lang ng kaalaman natin or sa level ng kagustuhan natin.
Exactly.
Hindi na siya objective truths.
Yes. And tayong Pilipino, emotional. No? So tendency is you will not, si amygdala talaga yung gagana, hindi yung prefrontal cortex. Oo.
Pero ito naman, nasa Christmas season, kanina pinag-usapan na yung
Ayan.
overthinking. No? Pag-usapan muna natin pag-usapan muna natin ang holiday season. Alam mo kasi, kaya natin i-relate sa holiday season to. Kasi marami akong kilalang nai-stress sila sa family reunion.
Ang lapit na nito no?
Nag-overthink
Oo.
sila kagad na, alam mo, bading ako, hindi pa alam ng pamilya ko. May ganon, di ba?
Oo, meron.
May mga ganong tao na paano naman, tatawagin na naman ako ni tita, ba't di pa ako nag-aasawa?
Yeah.
Si lolo, sabihin, bakit wala pa siyang apo? Ang sobra yung pressure sa kanila. Di ba? Oy, bakit hindi ka pa nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral? So, ano ba ang kasama ba ito dun sa maa-address nila ng if they get your book? Kasi that's part of overthinking, di ba?
That's true.
Kick in yung kaninang binabanggit mo, yung insecurities, yung stress.
Yung intergenerational habits, 'di ba? For example, si lolo kailangan may diploma kasi nung time niya kailangan mag-aral
Correct.
ka.
Yeah, very interesting yan.
Diba?
Yan. Totoo yan. I
ngayon,
like that.
Marami namang successful na hindi tapos.
Correct.
'Di ba? So yung values ng iba-ibang generations, iba-iba, no? And pagpunta mo lahat sa reunion, ayan na, nag-jumble-jumble na yung values and you had to go kasi magkamag-anak kayo. Pero dito rin nakikita na on a surface level, kailangan masaya, expected as a Filipino family, mag-bonding. Pero dahil magkakaiba tayo ng kinalakihan, ng environment, ng generation, doon nagkakaroon ng conflicts. And sa ngayon, it's a battle between yung luma ba, yung parang I'll just suck it up, or shall I create my own boundaries, no? Pero lahat ng yan, bago dumating yung moment na yon, may malaki yung factor, mapapa-overthink ka. Paano pag napunta ako sa scenario na yon?
Masasabi mo ba, Doc, na yung holiday season, a trigger for depression, for kapraningan? Is it common?
Yes. So, merong seasonal affective disorder. So, tuwing
Parang hay
Christmas-
fever lang, di
Oo.
ba? It's the season, spring na.
Exactly. Sakit na ako.
Oo,
Oo.
ganun.
Pero yung bare months illicit, hindi dahil, mas malala siguro sa cold country, sa weather, dahil sa snow. Pero here sa Philippines, we also, dahil nga reflective tayo at saka collectivist, minsan, naku, wala pa akong partner. Or, hala, magre-reunion, wala pa akong mapakilala. Problema, pag hindi ka marunong mag-cope, ang tendency talaga, mag-overthink ka hanggang i-consume ka ng mind mo. Yun.
Cool. Pero ikaw ba na-experience mo yan, Doc? Did you write this book because of your own personal experiences, or is this purely professional?
It could be both because I'm also a Filipino. So there are expectations. Kahit na psychologist na ako, I still get asked the same questions I also don't like to be asked. Kung ano yung experience nyo, yun din yung experience ko. And second, I notice a lot of my patients really undergo common themes in life. May mga season yan. Pag January, pag February, Valentine's, pag Pasko, ito. No? So, meron talaga tayong parang default.
So, seasonal ang
emotional.
psyche ng Pilipino.
Interesting enough, yes. Oo. May mga common things na, kasi same yung environment. Pero nag-iiba na lang sa coping skills, sa emotional support, how do you know yourself, how do you manage your thoughts. Yun.
So pag ganitong December, ano yung ngayon ang usual na mga ng therapy mo, mga
Oo.
patients mo?
Yes.
People who come to you, Doc, may problema ako. Yan. Ngayon,
Oo.
nasa December tayo. Ano ang kadalasan na yan?
Oo. Ang kadalasan loneliness, ang kadalasan existential crisis kasi magtatapos na yung ng year, 'di ba? So magre-reflect yan, tama ba yung ginawa ko noong 2025? Naging meaningful ba ako? Nagawa ko ba to or may regrets ba ako? And then transition kasi siya symbolically between the old and the new. Kasi magta-transition ka sa next year, sa 2026. So ikaw, yung isang foot mo nasa past, pero yung isang foot mo, kailangan ready sa present. Yung December is always a transition about reflections or insights sa life. Pero pag hindi ka aware, mag-overthink ka. Pero dapat hindi. Dapat more of dapat medyo parang may benefit sa'yo on how to move forward. Hindi yung masastuck ka into rumination. Si overthinking kasi, may loop ka na paulit-ulit yung thought na wala minsang sagot. Or you will not get the answer, or puro nag-evolve ka lang sa isang negative situation or experience. Pero what we're trying to encourage here is introspection talaga. And yung December, ang dami talagang napapa-question sa buhay nila, sa mental health nila. Pero interestingly enough, loneliness yung number one case ko ngayon for having patients do therapy.
You know, I I attend a lot of social gatherings. Tapos I'm at work, so I'm in the charity, yung meron kaming Apostles of Christ, so we take care of yung mga HIV clinic namin, and then yung ating mga abandoned babies project. So I'm always I'm always
On the
around
go,
doing surrounded by people. So syempre yung mga social club laging may may gatherings yan, masaya, may fellowship yan. But I find na there are talagang, if I have to reset, if I have to get all that stress out, I'll just lock the door and be in my room for 2 days, maybe 3. Sleep, read, and I just don't want to talk to anyone. I turn off my phone. Is this normal?
Which makes me curious if you're an introvert or an extrovert.
I wane and wax probably, depending on the time of day. But yeah, that's something I do. Is that healthy? That's me. I don't know. I'm sure some people also just want to lock themselves up for a day or 2. But it's not it's not depression that I'm going to be there for like 3 weeks. 3 days is long enough. After that, I get bored.
Yeah.
So, yun.
It shows that you know yourself very well and you know your limits and capacity. And yun lang naman talaga sa mental health eh. You have your own journey. You have your own narrative. And paano ko i-maximize knowing na ito talaga ako? And accepting na ito yung limit ko? No? Will I stretch myself or would I learn to say no? And it's okay. So, yung example mo shows na parang, okay, sagad na ako with the social thing, so I'll rest, I'll read. No? You know yourself na parang hindi mo pinapayagan umabot sa mental health challenges. And I encourage us Filipinos na there's also nothing wrong to take a pause. No, hindi ka natalo
Iba
sa
kasi
laban.
kailangan umuo sa lahat ng imbitasyon. May ganon eh.
Oo. Or financial pressures. Kailangan anak, penging ganyan, and then wala ka ng pera, diba? So, ang daming pressures. Pero knowing your limit, your capacity, and then your coping skills, and yung gumagana sa'yo pang recharge is very, very beneficial, no? As you thread to life. No? Kasi hindi nawawala si stressors. Yun ang hindi mawawala. So you have to know yourself more to navigate. And that's what you're doing.
Thank you. So, yan din ang suggestion mo. Yan ang din suggestion ni Doc sa inyo. Take a pause. Walang masama na mag-no na, hindi ako pwede, di ba? May lakad kami ng pamilya. Klabo lang yun, pero actually sa bahay ka lang, papahinga ka. May ganun eh. Doc, ito naman ang tanong ko. Dahil pinag-usapan na natin yung pause. Okay lang ba sa tingin mo okay lang ba na itong holiday season wag umattend ng mga family gathering kung nakaka-stress ang family gathering?
Good question, no? And sometimes the answer would be out of norm. Kasi hindi ka mag-a-attend, diba? And unexpected yun sa'yo. Pero this is also a sign of strength and your way of establishing healthy boundaries. No? So, you could start with curating yung attendance mo. Pwede mo, kunyari hindi mo talaga kaya, pwede mo i-miss, pero you could send a gift. No? Make ways on how to still protect your boundary but at the same time yung relationships din.
So ano ang tips mo? Meron bang mga mindset dyan or small little na mga nuances where they can start getting the confidence to tell themselves, ay nako, na-stress lang ako dyan, ako pupunta dyan. Pero mag-send ako ng gift. Siguro mag-send ako ng video message or something. Okay ba itong mga gano'n? Ano bang mga tips mo rito?
Okay yan. Pero yung unang i-encourage ko sa inyo is do a reflective thought sa expectation management mo, no? I-assess mo yung profile sa mga tao doon. Talaga bang hindi kaya or kaya? Kung hindi talaga kaya, you could plan your exit or you could curate na parang sending a cake or a gift. Nandun pa rin yung presence mo. And tama ka, yung video message. Because ang important, you cannot give what you don't have. Unahin mo muna yung mental health mo.
Maraming taong hindi naiintindihan yan.
And nagigilty kasi, di ba?
Sinasakripisyo nila sarili nila.
Exactly. Kasi ganun tayo pinalaki eh. Pero wala kang mabibigay kung ubus ka. No? So, sacrificing, let's say, that special day or yung New Year mo over your mental health is way better than continuously losing yourself every year until isang araw hindi mo nakilala yung sarili mo. Until isang araw, you're diagnosed with something. No? So, it's about time that you listen to this podcast, no? Kasi there's no, hindi tayo bumabata, nagiging complex yung buhay. So we need to take charge, no? Kayo, just take charge unti-unti sa buhay, no? So when it comes to gatherings nga, ayun, yun yung advice. Or kausapin mo na in advance. Mami, baka pwede naman, wag mo na akong tanongin sa day na yun. Alam mo namang hindi pa ako napopromote, so bakit mo pa rin tinatanong? O kaya tawagan mo na in advance. O, tito, wala pa akong asawa ha. You could make it a joke kung Pinoy kasi humor is a form of communication minsan that they'll get and non-threatening.
Mahilig sa self-deprecation
Exactly.
jokes ang
Oo,
Pilipino.
hay nako. Minsan, ang high nila sa'yo is, uy, alam mo, tumataba ka. Yun yung saying, how are you? Yun yung replacement nila.
Oy, kalbo!
Oo, your how are you? Yung
ganon.
labeling. Kung ano yung problema mo, yun yung tawag sa'yo, no? And that's their parang karinyo brutal, di ba? But right now, na we're trying to be more conscious about our mental health, our emotions. We try to veer away and cut that intergenerational practice, no? Kasi hindi natin alam kung ano yung nafe-feel ng kabilang person.
So ito po mga kaibigan, sinasuggest, binibigyan tayo ng mga suggestions ni Doc ng mga practical strategies and techniques na para ma-manage natin ang mga high pressure seasons like right now, no?
Kasi Christmas or New Year, yung holidays, shouldn't be emotionally expensive. No, hindi to the cost na mapapatanong siya, mapapa-self-doubt siya. So I guess this kind of understanding beyond traditions should be prepared, no? Itong environment where mas giving ka, hindi judgmental, no? So i-pause talaga, no? And we need to cut intergenerational practices na parang akala natin cute or humor or nakakatulong or kailangan maging tough kaya ganyan. Pero hindi natin alam yung pinagdadaanan ng bawat isa.
Ano ang maaari nating simulan ngayon, the small things, para makabuo ng mas healthy, mas mabait, mas marespeto na holiday traditions? Kasi hindi naman magbabago ang Pilipino at ang kultura natin overnight.
That's
Pero
true.
we can start somewhere. We can have baby steps. So ano tong mga maaari nating simulan?
Ang goal natin is to create psychologically safe traditions, no? We put our narrative doon sa ibang tao thinking na parang gets na niya yon. Pero a psychologically safe tradition allows openness and flexibility. And sabayan mo lang yung experience, saan ba dadalhin? No? So you could start with emotional boundaries. Pag nakikita mo ng uncomfortable, huwag mo na tanungin kung ano yung sweldo niya so malalaman mo naman yun kung uncomfortable siya, 'di ba? And
Empathy.
stop. Oo, empathy, that's good. And consciously parang considering dynamics din. Ayun. Mahirap to kasi minsan parang it's all happening at the same time. Pero pag nakikita mo nang hindi na kaya, cut it na, no? Make it psychologically safe. Or kung merong opportunities where nag-open up siya, wag tawanan, yung mga ganyan. So yun. So siguro, family by family would be different. May mga mag-isa, 'di ba? Yung iba walang kasama, 'di ba? So pero ikaw din mismo, go to a place where you feel safest. No? So kung hindi man yan, well, initially dapat family yun. Pero kung hindi family, pwedeng friends, no? Pero wag mo na dalhin yung sarili mo sa isang environment or festivity na at this point na low ka or vulnerable. Baka mas maging difficult sa mental health.
Nice. Yan. Maraming salamat, Doc. Bago tayo magtapos, siyempre pasasalamatan natin si Doc Rhea Villa. Yan. Sa pagbabahagi ng kanyang kaalaman, karanasan, at ang kanyang pagnanais bilang Pilipino na maalala natin na, hey, okay lang huminto paminsan-minsan. Unawain natin ang ating sarili. Ngayon na malapit ng holidays, mga kaibigan, tandaan natin na hindi natin kailangan pasanin ang lahat ng expectations ng kamag-anak, ng kaibigan, ng mga ka-work, ng mga whatever, no? Kung ano man ang expectations nila, kung ano man ang mga tanong nila sa buhay nyo, kung ano man ang mga opinion nila. Mga kaibigan, sabi nga ni Doc kanina, pause. And sometimes, you don't need to attend, di ba? Okay lang to be absent. So may karapatan tayo magpahinga, mga kaibigan, magtakda ng boundaries at piliin ang kapayapaan ng pag-iisip. Ang tawag po dyan mga kaibigan ay self-love. Yan, di ba? So, kung may isang mensahe kang iiwan, Doc, ano ba yon? At saka please tell them also saan kanila matatagpuan.
Yeah. Thank you so much. The only power you have is now. Okay? Hindi sa past, hindi sa future. So now yung opportunity to change your narrative, to go through the journey. So hinto lang and focus muna sa now. Alam ko maraming fears of the future or regrets of the past. Pero let's just focus on the now. Kasi doon ka may power to move and to change things. That's number one. So sana sa parating na season, no, nasa moment ka. Kasi doon ka makaka-switch ng change, no? Or encourage someone, no? Or motivate. So yon. And if you need anything, I could be reached sa Psych Villa on all social media sites, no? And then you could just search and then easily our team would reply to you. And hopefully you could support also the psychological products that we are trying to release soon.
Yon, more books to come ba yan?
Oo,
More books to come?
May tama na heart sa February.
Yun. So mga kaibigan, tandaan nyo lang po, okay lang na hindi perpekto ang holiday natin. Di ba, Doc? Ang mahalaga, hindi natin nakakalimutang alagaan ang ating mental health. Mga kaibigan, ang mental health po natin ay inextricable sa ating physical health. Diba? So, kung gusto nyo maging malusog ang inyong katawan, siguraduhin nyo rin maging malusog ang inyong pag-iisip. Sana nakatulong ang episode na ito sa inyo mga kaibigan. Kung meron kayong mga pinagdadaanan, kung ito ay nakaka-relate kayo na, uy, ako yan, uy, nangyayari sa akin yan, give your comments para malaman namin kung ano ang inyong thoughts dahil binabasa din naman namin ang inyong mga kwento, mga kaibigan. Okay? So, para mapabuti natin ang ating mga next episode. So, mula sa amin, sa Crossroads Media, and syempre, kay Doc, salamat sa pakikinig ninyo sa amin and have a fantastic Christmas season. May the love of God, the love of Jesus Christ be in your hearts. And remember, Christmas is all about preparing the way for a spiritual heaven, di ba?
Wow.
If you believe in the
Yes.
if you believe in the afterlife and you believe the gift, yan po. So always thank God for what you have, everything that you've done in the year, and always pray that God gives you the strength to be better next year. So ingatan nyo po ang inyong pag-iisip, ingatan nyo ang inyong puso, ingatan nyo ang inyong sarili. Always pause, always ask, and always wonder, what's next?
This is Crossroads Media.